Um, Final school.
Yeah,
Your very own Cincinnati Bearcats.
my Cincinnati Bearcats. I've waited a long time for Cincinnati to be back in this spot. I've been a Cincinnati fan since I was a kid. So I get a little passionate when talking about them. They were ranked 42, which is actually their second best recruiting class of all time. Their first best was in 2019. They had 41. And their current national rank for 2022, did you see this, Dan?
Mm-mm.
17.
Okay. All right.
A goal for me for their class would be to stay in the top 25 for their class. I don't think it's going to happen.
Never gonna happen.
But I'd love for it to.
Never gonna happen. This is their ceiling.
Yeah,
I think I mentioned it last episode. This is their ceiling. It's a great ceiling. It's a hell of a ceiling, but this is their ceiling. As long as Ohio State is in their same state.
I tend to agree with you. I'm just really hopeful. Like I really think that.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be.
Luke Fickell is a really, really good coach.
Enjoy him while he's still there.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. They've improved their stadium. Their stadium is one of the best in the conference. It's a beautiful old stadium. You don't get old stadiums like UC's.
It's right in the middle of campus too, which I love.
I do too. It's my favorite part about the stadium. You like to go from class to class. You walk. You walk through the stadium. There's a dining hall in the stadium. There's a dorm attached to the stadium. I mean, it's just
part of campus.
Yeah, it is. It is a really cool part of campus. If you ever get a chance to go to a game there, highly suggest it. Their practice facilities are subpar for the conference, in my opinion. They're working on developing that, but they're a little landlocked and have issues with space for a practice facility.
Similar to Temple's problem being in the city. And there's not a lot of places to expand.
Yeah. So they do currently have a practice facility. It's a nice practice facility. It's an outdoor practice facility. And I think what they're eventually going to do is take that. They have two practice facilities kind of that sit next to each other. And I think they're going to take both of those, knock them down and build an indoor practice facility and use the stadium for outdoor practice.
Makes sense.
End up doing that. Nothing's been announced on that, but that's where things are leaning towards and working on, where they've been trying to improve that for the last few years, and they need to if they want to sustain this winning program. In my opinion, they've got the money. They should do it. Probably. All right. So
from when I was researching, I didn't realize how kind of irrelevant they were pre 2000. Really, yeah. They were completely irrelevant. Never really went to a bowl game even, and
pre Mark D'Antonio. Mark D'Antonio was really the catalyst at Cincinnati. Yeah, catalyst. Sorry.
Cataclysm.
I like that. He's the catalyst
so now, but since then they've made a bowl game in 17 of 24 seasons, which is, I mean, outstanding considering how much Tommy Tuberville wrecked the program and the bad years that they've had. They still made a bowl game 17 out of 24. So
it's a solid program, especially having a good basketball team and being located in Cincinnati. They have a lot of funding and support from corporations, which helps them a lot. That some of the smaller city teams in the American don't get.
Looking at you, Tulsa.
Yes, looking at you, Tulsa. So I think that bodes well for them. Their recruiting class is not complete for this year. They're looking to add 2 or 3 more 4-stars, which would be.
I noticed they didn't have any 4-stars currently.
They have 2 4-stars in their current recruiting class, I believe.
I show 0. 24 total commits, 24 3-stars.
Huh. They have one guy then, I think, that has maybe like made a commitment and not made it official or something like that
No.
for the 2022 class?
Oh, you're talking 2022. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking for this year.
No.
Yeah, they do have okay. It's a D tackle out of Dayton.
Yeah.
Went to Alter.
Yep. Yeah, he's a good kid, really talented kid. Is what I mean. But I feel excited about Cincinnati. They start their season off with Miami of Ohio, and I think that's a dub. And then they get Murray State, and that's a dub. And then they get Indiana at Indiana, which I think is a tough game.
It's gonna be a ranked matchup early in the season.
It should be a ranked matchup. It could be close to a top 10 matchup, probably a top 10 matchup. If things stay the way they are. Athlon, Sports Illustrated, and someone else had them, and 24/7 Sports had them rated. I think it was 6, 7, and 7, respectively. Cincinnati and Indiana's consistently been in a bunch of top 10s,
like 10 to 15. I've seen 15, them more.
So yeah. we could be seeing a top 10 matchup in September. That'd be neat. And then Cincinnati, if they win that game, then they're really going into Notre Dame, and that's probably also going to be a top 10 matchup. I don't think they win at Notre Dame, unfortunately. I'm not holding. As a fan, I'm holding out hope. As a realist, I'm not. I think they could win at Indiana. I don't think they have a shot at Notre Dame.
They have a shot.
Yeah, they have a shot. It's just not as. I say Indiana is like.
They're going to be the more. I think they're going to be the more experienced team going because Notre Dame's losing their starting quarterback. I know they're losing several defensive players. So.
Yeah, something to note though is that Cincinnati's defensive coordinator is now the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame. He left Cincinnati to become the defensive coordinator at.
Did all the players leave with him too?
No, not all the players left with him, but I think
the defense is damn good.
He knows the offensive scheme and all the players at Cincinnati, so he can coach them really well for that game. So I think that is.
I'm trying to give you some hope here.
I know you're trying to give me hope. I'm trying to like temper expectations, man. Like I'm going in thinking, yeah, we can win that game, but like I'm trying to like tone myself down because that whole week I'm gonna be like, fuck Notre Dame. We're gonna beat their ass. BTA. Oh
God. We have our clip for social now.
Yeah, we have a clip for the social media.
You want to move into their conference schedule? Just move on.
Yeah, let's move into that.
Just move on.
So they're at Temple, they've got Temple at home, and then they get Central Florida at home. So Temple is an easy win. Central Florida is a tougher win, I think, but I do think they win that game. They're at Navy. I think being at Navy makes the game a little harder, especially if it rains, because it tends to rain every time Cincinnati plays in Annapolis. But I think
they have a pretty easy schedule, actually. They don't play Memphis. That
was my big note is that they don't have Memphis in the regular season, which really helps.
Mm-hmm.
Because if both of those what if both of those teams came in like undefeated in the conference?
I was just gonna say I could see Cincinnati rolling in undefeated through the conference. Like not overall because they're gonna lose to Notre Dame more than likely, but I think in conference they should be undefeated.
I agree.
You get UCF. Your toughest games are UCF and SMU, and you have both those at home. So
and that's huge.
Yeah,
huge because they haven't lost a game at home in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Since Luke Fickell's first year, they've been very good at home. So
good signs. Good signs. They should be back in the They should be back in the AAC championship.
Feel very good about Cincinnati's prospects moving forward. Even if Luke Fickell leaves, I feel good because whoever takes over is going to take over a very good team.
As long as it's not Tommy Tuberville again.
Hopefully not. Maybe it'll be Gus Malzahn.
No, he's too busy running a Senate race or something.
Maybe he should talk about what he knows, blowing 52 points after a half to South Florida.
Ask him the real questions. Nobody ever asked the politicians the real questions. How the hell did you blow a 52-point lead?
Oh,
South
no,
Florida.
It wasn't a 52-point lead. It was a 3-point lead. They lost 57 or 55 to 3. Yeah. It was they were winning. It was 0. It was 3-0 at the half, and then Cincinnati's winning, and then USF is like, "Hey, nope," and just flips over a table.
What? They scored 55 in the second half alone.
Yeah, it was something dumb like that.
Jesus.
It may not have been quite 50, but it was like 50 points in the second half.
Yeah. Is that the game where he walked off the field, flipped off a fan?
I might have been.
That's all I remember Tommy Tuberville for is he flipped off a fan walking off the field.